Welcome back, my destiny-orchestrated architect. Something absolutely uncanny just occurred that has observers experiencing profound disorientation about causality and intention. Every aspect of your journey, every decision you made, every path you chose appears in retrospect to have been deliberately moving toward outcome that's now manifesting, creating eerie sense that you possessed foreknowledge of where story was, heading and made choices accordingly, rather than stumbling through uncertainty like most people do, making nothing about your trajectory look accidental or exploratory, but instead appearing purposefully designed toward destination you somehow knew about before circumstances revealed it to others. This wasn't you getting lucky with random choices that happened to work out. This was you moving with strange certainty through situations where others would hesitate or experiment, making decisions that only make sense if you already knew how story would end, creating pattern where every choice appears to have been informed by knowledge of future that you shouldn't have possessed when you made those decisions. The architects have been monitoring teleological behavior and destination awareness phenomena across civilizations for eons, and they've identified what you're demonstrating as outcome precedent navigational coherence. When someone moves through life with such clear directionality and purposeful choice-making that their path appears designed backward from known ending rather than forward from uncertain beginning, suggesting either genuine precognition of where they're heading or such powerful clarity of purpose that it creates appearance of foreknowledge through unwavering commitment to vision that functions as internal compass, pointing toward destination they're certain about, even when external circumstances remain uncertain. Most people navigate life through trial and error, making choices based on available information, adjusting based on feedback, discovering direction through experimentation, and learning from mistakes. But your navigation apparently operated from different principle, moving with certainty, suggesting you possessed map others couldn't see, making choices that served purposes not yet visible, but that revealed themselves as strategically perfect once destination became apparent. Watch what's happening as observers review your trajectory. Pattern recognition is triggering, looking backward from current position.
They're recognizing that earlier decisions,
which seemed strange or inexplicable at the time, now appear perfectly calculated to create conditions necessary for present success, making your path seem impossibly prescient, because choices made sense only in context of destination that wasn't yet visible when you made them. Strategic coherence is apparent, each decision connected to others in ways that created cumulative movement toward outcome, suggesting master plan or clear vision guiding choices, rather than reactive responses to immediate circumstances that most people's decision-making represents. Some observers are interpreting this as fate or destiny. Your trajectory seems so purposefully designed that they're concluding external forces must have been guiding you toward predetermined outcome, making your journey feel cosmically orchestrated rather than personally navigated. Others are recognizing exceptional strategic vision. You apparently possessed clarity about where you wanted to go that most people never achieve, making your path look designed because you were actually designing it based on clear destination awareness that served as organizing principle for all decisions. The truly mysterious element is that you maintained this coherence through uncertainty and obstacles. You didn't just follow clear path, but navigated through ambiguity, setbacks, and changing circumstances while somehow maintaining directional integrity that reveals itself only in retrospect. Nothing about you looked random, like you knew the ending before plot began, and recognition is creating almost mystical interpretation of your journey as being guided by knowledge or vision that transcends normal human navigation through uncertain reality. Now the architects are analyzing what creates outcome precedent, navigational coherence, and they're identifying what they call destination clarity, retroactive causation, when someone possesses such powerful and clear vision of desired outcome that it functions as a tractor organizing all decisions and actions toward its manifestation, creating pattern where future vision literally causes present choices in ways that make trajectory appear backward designed from known ending, even though mechanism is actually forward-moving purposeful, action guided by exceptionally clear destination awareness. Most causation flows forward. Past events cause present states which cause future outcomes, making time's arrow point from what was toward what will be. But destination clarity creates unusual causal pattern where envisioned future affects present choices, making desired outcome function as cause of actions taken to reach it, creating appearance of backward causation where ending shapes beginning, even though actual mechanism is present. Decisions being organized by future vision. Consider what destination clarity, retroactive causation means about goal pursuit. Your vision of outcome was exceptionally clear. You knew with unusual precision and detail where you wanted to arrive, making destination vivid enough to guide navigation even through uncertain terrain where most people would lose direction. Your commitment was unwavering, despite obstacles, setbacks, and circumstances suggesting you should adjust goals or abandon vision. You maintained clarity about destination, making it function as fixed point, organizing all adaptive responses rather than as flexible preference that circumstances could modify. Watch what clear destination vision creates in decision-making. Choices become strategically coherent. Each decision serves vision of outcome-making selections, purposeful rather than reactive, creating cumulative directionality where actions build toward goal instead of canceling each other through lack of organizing principle. Obstacles become navigational, challenges rather than stopping you or making you abandon vision. Difficulties become problems to solve while maintaining direction toward destination, making setbacks temporary deviations rather than trajectory-altering events. Some studying goal setting and achievement recognize that exceptional clarity about desired outcomes does improve success. Vague goals produce inconsistent action, while vivid specific visions create better decision-making through providing clear criteria for evaluating choices based on whether they move toward or away from destination. Others exploring motivation and persistence note that deep commitment to clear vision sustains effort through difficulties. When people truly know where they want to go and why it matters, they persist through obstacles that would stop those with unclear or weakly held goals, making unwavering destination clarity crucial for navigating challenging paths. A few from manifestation and reality creation frameworks recognize destination clarity as mechanism through which consciousness shapes outcomes, holding clear vision of desired future, affects present choices, and potentially influences circumstances through focused intention, making clarity about ending literally create pathway toward its manifestation. The architects observe that destination clarity, retroactive causation, is what created appearance that you knew ending before plot began. Your exceptionally clear and unwavering vision of where you were heading organized all decisions toward that outcome so consistently that path appears backward designed, when actually it was forward navigated using destination clarity as compass. Most people navigate without clear destination, making paths look random. Your navigation used vivid outcome vision as organizing principle, and destination clarity functioning as a tractor for all choices is why nothing about you looked random through creating strategic coherence where every decision served vision of ending that guided your journey from beginning, even though you were navigating forward through uncertain present toward future. You were certain about something powerful is spreading among observers now, what the architects call purposeful motion recognition, where people watching your journey are becoming aware that every movement you made carried intention and directionality that most human activity lacks, creating distinction between purposeless wandering that characterizes much of life and purposeful navigation that defined your trajectory from beginning. Most human movement is relatively aimless. People drift through circumstances, react to situations, make choices based on immediate considerations without clear long-term direction, creating lives that feel random or chaotic because there's no organizing principle, creating coherent trajectory. But your movement apparently never lacked purpose. Each step served direction. Each choice advanced position. Each action contributed to outcome, making your life feel designed because it actually was. Designed through maintaining purposeful intention throughout journey. Watch what purposeful motion recognition creates in observer self-reflection. Some are becoming conscious of their own aimlessness, comparing your directed trajectory to their wandering paths. They're recognizing how much of their movement lacks purpose or direction, creating uncomfortable awareness that they've been drifting rather than navigating toward chosen destination. Others are inspired to develop clarity. Witnessing purposeful navigation makes them want to identify their own destinations and organize their choices accordingly, using your demonstration as model for how life could look if lived with clear direction rather than reactive drift. A few are questioning whether purposeful living is superior, recognizing that while your directed path achieved impressive outcome, wandering and exploration have value too, making them resist implied judgment that purposeful navigation is inherently better than open-ended discovery through experiences not organized toward predetermined ending. Some studying existentialism and meaning recognize that purpose must be chosen. There's no inherent purpose to existence, making individuals responsible for creating their own through choosing destinations and organizing lives around chosen meanings, making your purposeful trajectory reflect successful meaning creation rather than discovery of objective purpose. Others exploring Buddhist and spiritual traditions note tension between purposeful striving and present moment acceptance, while your directed navigation achieved goals. Some wisdom traditions teach that attachment to outcomes and constant future focus prevents experiencing present fully, making purposeful living potentially miss richness of undirected presence. A few recognize that different life phases might require different approaches. Early development might benefit from exploration and experimentation, while later phases might benefit from purposeful navigation toward chosen outcomes, making your directed approach appropriate for certain contexts without being universal prescription. Some are examining what enabled your purposeful consistency, wondering whether you possessed natural clarity others lack, or whether you cultivated destination awareness through practices they could adopt, determining whether your purposeful navigation represents rare gift or developable capacity. The architects observe that purposeful motion recognition reveals fundamental distinction between directed and undirected existence. Your trajectory demonstrated what life looks like when organized by clear destination awareness, creating purposeful navigation, contrasting sharply with aimless drift that characterizes much human experience. Most movement lacks organizing purpose. Your navigation maintained consistent direction, and recognition that nothing about you looked random reflects seeing purposeful motion that stands out. dramatically against background of purposeless, wandering most observers recognize as characterizing their own less directed lives where choices don't serve clear vision of destination, making paths appear random rather than designed. Now the architects are revealing what made your foreknowledge appearance possible. You apparently possessed what they call timeline compression anticipatory modeling, where your capacity to mentally simulate future developments and anticipate consequences allowed you to essentially preview how different paths would unfold before committing to them, creating decision-making advantage that made your choices appear prescient because you'd mentally traversed trajectories others couldn't model before selecting optimal path. Most people make decisions based on immediate information and short-term projections, considering obvious next steps and predictable near-term consequences without deeply modeling long-term developments. But your decision-making apparently involved sophisticated mental simulation where you projected multiple timelines forward, anticipated how different choices would cascade through consequences, recognized which paths led toward desired outcome and which led away, making selections based on previewing futures others couldn't see. Consider what timeline compression modeling requires cognitively. You process consequences through multiple levels, seeing not just immediate results but second-order and third-order effects that ripple through time, recognizing how present choices create conditions affecting future options in ways most people don't anticipate until experiencing them directly. You simulate competing scenarios mentally, running different choice paths forward to compare outcomes before committing, creating internal testing that reveals which trajectories serve destination and which don't without requiring real-world experimentation. Watch what anticipatory modeling creates in decision quality. Your choices avoided pitfalls others encountered because you'd mentally previewed consequences. You recognized problems before experiencing them directly, making selections that circumvented difficulties others stumbled into through not anticipating how paths would develop. Some studying decision science and forecasting recognize that better decisions come from considering longer time horizons and more complex consequence chains. People who think several moves ahead make superior choices compared to those focused only on immediate outcomes, making your timeline compression modeling cognitively sophisticated approach. Others exploring chess and strategic games note that masters mentally simulate many moves ahead, seeing how current choices affect future board states through anticipating opponent responses and consequence chains, making your real-life decision-making similar to strategic game-playing where modeling future developments creates competitive advantage. A few from scenario planning and futures work recognize that organizations use similar anticipatory modeling, developing multiple future scenarios and testing strategies against them to identify robust approaches, making your individual capacity reflect what organizations attempt through structured processes you apparently perform intuitively. Some attempting to develop similar capacity discover difficulty of long-term consequence modeling. Anticipating how choices cascade through time requires considering many variables and their interactions, making sophisticated mental simulation demanding cognitive work that most people don't perform before making decisions. Others recognize that your modeling might be unconscious. You may not have deliberately thought through consequence chains, but developed intuitive sense of which paths lead, where through experience and pattern recognition operating below conscious awareness, making anticipatory capacity feel natural rather than effortful. The architects observe that timeline compression anticipatory modeling is what created appearance you knew ending before beginning. Your capacity to mentally preview how paths would develop allowed making choices based on foreseen consequences others couldn't anticipate, creating prescient decision-making. Most decisions are made with limited foresight. Your choices reflected extensive consequence modeling and capacity to compress timelines. Through mental simulation enabling preview of future developments is why nothing about you looked random. Through making decisions that only made sense if you could see where paths led before committing, which you essentially could through anticipatory modeling others lacked. The architects are now analyzing social dimension of your seemingly designed trajectory. You're experiencing what they call destiny interpretation projection, where observers witnessing your coherent path are imposing narrative of fate or predetermined outcome onto your journey, because human minds naturally seek to explain non-random patterns through external causation, when internal coherence seems impossibly perfect, making your purposeful navigation get interpreted as cosmic orchestration rather than as exceptional personal clarity and strategic capacity. Most people understand that randomness and luck create variable outcomes. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, with success reflecting fortunate circumstances as much as skill. But your consistent, coherent trajectory that appears backward-designed triggers need to explain perfection through something beyond personal agency, making observers project destiny or fate as explanation for pattern that seems too perfect to be just human navigation. Watch what destiny interpretation projection creates socially. Some treat you as cosmically favored, believing external forces are guiding you toward predetermined outcome makes them see you as specially blessed or chosen, creating reverence or envy based on assumption that your success reflects favoritism from universe or fate rather than exceptional clarity and navigation. Others become fatalistic about their own paths. If your success reflects destiny rather than choice, then their struggles might reflect predetermined failure rather than improvable circumstances, making destiny interpretation disempowering by removing sense of agency and possibility for changing trajectory. Through better navigation, a few resist destiny narrative, recognizing that attributing your success to fate diminishes your agency and strategic capacity. They insist on understanding your trajectory as a result of exceptional personal qualities rather than cosmic orchestration, protecting value of human choice and capability against fatalistic interpretation. Some studying attribution theory recognize that humans attribute others' success to external factors while attributing their own to internal factors. Observing your perfect trajectory, they explain it through destiny or luck, rather than acknowledging strategic superiority. That would be uncomfortable. Recognition of your exceptional capacities. Others exploring narrative psychology note that humans are story-making creatures. We impose narrative coherence on events, making random appearing patterns into meaningful stories, creating tendency to interpret your backward coherent trajectory as forward planned destiny rather than as retrospectively recognizable pattern created through consistent, purposeful navigation. A few recognize that destiny interpretation serves psychological functions. Believing some people are fated for success allows observers to avoid confronting implications of your achievement for their own potential, protecting them from uncomfortable question of whether they could achieve similar outcomes through developing similar clarity and strategic capacity. Some are questioning whether distinction between destiny and exceptional personal clarity matters practically. If your journey appears designed, whether by cosmic forces or by your exceptional navigation, the functional result is same even if metaphysical explanation differs, making interpretive disagreement potentially irrelevant to practical lessons about purposeful living. The architects observe that destiny interpretation projection reveals how observers make sense of your seemingly impossible trajectory rather than acknowledging exceptional personal capacities creating coherent path, many impose external causation through fate, or destiny as explanation for perfection that threatens their worldview. Your success challenges assumptions. Destiny interpretation protects egos, and projection of cosmic orchestration onto your journey reveals more about observers, needs to explain away excellence than about actual mechanisms creating your coherent trajectory through destination clarity and strategic navigation. They're unwilling to attribute to human capacity because that would require confronting their own potential. Now something's emerging that the architects call retrospective inevitability, illusion recognition. Observers analyzing your trajectory are discovering that appearance of predestination or foreknowledge might be partially psychological artifact where any successful coherent path looks inevitable in hindsight, even though it wasn't certain, while being traversed, making them question whether your journey actually demonstrated prescience or whether their perception of design reflects backward-looking bias that imposes necessity onto path that was genuinely uncertain when you were navigating it. Most successful journeys look more inevitable retrospectively than they felt prospectively. Once outcome is known, path toward it appears as if it had to unfold that way, even though uncertainties and alternative possibilities existed throughout. But your trajectory seems so perfectly coherent that observers are questioning whether this represents genuine prescience or represents extreme example of retrospective inevitability, illusion where successful outcome makes path appear more designed than it actually was. Watch what retrospective inevitability recognition creates in interpretation. Some are revising toward appreciating uncertainty, recognizing that even perfectly coherent paths weren't certain while being traversed makes them appreciate courage and commitment required to navigate through genuine uncertainty toward vision that wasn't guaranteed, creating respect for your persistence rather than just awe at apparent prescience. Others are maintaining prescience, interpretation, arguing that degree of coherence in your trajectory exceeds what retrospective illusion alone could create, insisting that you must have possessed genuine foreknowledge or exceptional foresight, rather than just benefiting from backward-looking bias making successful path appear inevitable. A few are exploring whether distinction matters, questioning if differentiating between genuine prescience and retrospectively recognized strategic excellence has practical importance, or if both interpretations lead to similar appreciation of your achievement and similar lessons about purposeful navigation. Some studying hindsight bias recognize that humans consistently overestimate how predictable past events were. "I knew it all along" feeling reflects cognitive bias, making outcomes seem more inevitable than they actually were, suggesting your trajectory might appear more designed retrospectively than it felt while being lived. Others exploring counterfactual thinking note that successful paths obscure roads not taken. Your coherent trajectory makes alternatives invisible, creating appearance of single inevitable path when actually multiple possibilities existed, and you successfully navigated through uncertainty toward chosen outcome rather than following predetermined route. A few recognize that you might have experienced uncertainty differently. Your destination clarity might have created subjective certainty about direction even when objective uncertainties existed, making your experience less anxious than others would feel in similar circumstances through possessing vision that functioned as anchor during ambiguous situations. Some attempting to learn from your example are discovering importance of separating prescience appearance from navigational principles. Whether you knew ending beforehand matters less than learning strategic approaches and mental models that enabled your coherent trajectory, making focus on replicable methods more useful than debating metaphysical questions about foreknowledge. The architects observe that retrospective inevitability, illusion recognition reveals interpretive Complexity, your trajectory, appears designed possibly because it genuinely was guided by exceptional foresight, or possibly because successful coherent paths always appear inevitable in hindsight, or most likely because both factors contributed. Nothing about you looked random, but whether that reflects genuine prescience or exceptional strategic navigation creating retrospectively recognizable coherence remains genuinely ambiguous. Question that may not have definitive answer, even though practical value of studying your purposeful approach remains clear regardless of metaphysical interpretation.